Hi guys, welcome back. All right, so I am going to do one of our single storylines. Remember, I put these out every week on Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, okay? As many of you know, this is one of my most favorite styles of storytellings to do, just because it's always like wild card. It's always like, I never know what's going to happen. This is one where we're not like digging in to try to talk about exes or stuff like that. It's about all kinds of other things. Sometimes love comes up, sometimes not. We just start out with family connections, respect people and kinship, and answer the call, explore, travel, and live. All right, so not a surprise that, if this is a singles reading, people might be looking toward like other avenues of interest in their life, their personal journey, as well as their relationships that are non-romantic with people that matter to them. This can represent, strengthening friendships, strengthening family relationships, building kinship with people. And to me, that doesn't have to be blood relatives, but it may be because we're collecting a group of fellow adventurers, or we're collecting, this could be networking with different people that we haven't seen in a while, saying, you know what, I'm going to be traveling through your area. I'd love to stop and stay with you. Oh, I've never actually met my great aunt Lucy. I'm going to go and see her when I'm at Lake Michigan. And then after that, I'm actually on my way to Italy because Lucy is one of my closest relatives to those that, maybe she was actually born in Italy, where the rest of my family ancestry came from. And I'm going to go ahead and pick her brain a little bit about what she remembers. And then I'm going back to Calabria because I really want to go and trace down those roots. And I want to, I feel drawn there. I feel like maybe even I want to develop connections there in that area. I want to go to Calabria and I want to see like who would the neighbors have been, and who knows, maybe there's a reason I'm being drawn to this. So it could be like we're tracing where we're going through connections of people that are important. So something about maybe summertime travel, maybe about this is an important part of like going to visit friends, going to visit people that are important to us right now. That's kind of fun. Oh, I like that. Tell me about this a little bit more, because answering the call, this could be somebody who calls up and says, hey, would you come home? We got the 10 of Cups, talk about a home card, right? Literally sitting in and basking in this warmth. Remember, there's lots of different ways to experience true emotional fulfillment. Oftentimes we say, oh, it's got to be a romantic connection where we cuddle up with our lover. No, this could be, oh my God, it feels good to be home in the warmth of, the people that I care for and that care about me. We're answering the call of satisfaction. Like, what is truly satisfying? What makes us feel loved? Heck, maybe we want to go and spend some time with, sorry, Aries, my dog is sleeping on my feet right now. Maybe we want to go answer the call of hanging out with family members that have a really great romance. Maybe this is going to see, Nana and Papa. This is, Grandma, Grandpa. I really want to go and spend some time with some of the elders in my family, answering the call. Maybe they've said, hey, I'd love to see you. And it's like, yeah, it's time I go see you too. Got the Empress in the reverse, followed by the King of Coins. Oftentimes we do get storylines that have an element of this, where it's like, when we're feeling like maybe not our highest selves or our most valuable, when we surround ourselves with people that love us, it's amazing how we see ourselves reflected through the way they treat us, right? So when we are developing better relationships, spending more time with people that care about us, extended friends, family, close relatives, whatever this is, we start to feel a sense of interconnectedness. And that may be really important because we might have been feeling a little bit like an Empress in the reverse. Like, I was passed over. Maybe that's why I'm single. And then we start to get in our heads like, maybe I'm just not good enough, blah, blah, blah. Maybe I'm not lovable. Maybe there's something wrong with me. And then you go and you spend time with family members. You spend time with people that show you what a healthy example of a great relationship looks like. You are warmly welcomed. People are excited to see you. And it's like, oh my God, I have all these great friends. I have all these great family members. I have all of these relationships that are super meaningful. Maybe it ain't me. Maybe I was just paired up with the wrong person. And as soon as we start to kind of get into that mindset, it's amazing how we might be headed directly toward following this little path directly toward the person we are supposed to meet. But it's almost like our path toward recognizing why we weren't feeling good enough is the same path that leads us to, maybe I was looking at the wrong person. Maybe I hadn't developed the right kind of connections in my life that were really going to lead me to somebody who is there to give to a connection with me and that I want to give to in return. So it's bringing up big questions of mismatched energy, and it makes a lot more sense. If this is what we're headed for, it's only after we've addressed that Empress in the reverse. It could also be addressing, like, maybe, you know, even if we've got a really great family in a lot of ways, it doesn't mean every relationship that we have within a family is a terrific one. This could be like, hey, maybe I struggled with a relationship with my mother. But I see all this love coming at me from so many other angles. And I can see like great examples of, like, even if one person in my life wasn't able to give to me, it does not mean that I was not lovable. And it certainly doesn't mean that there aren't other people that the universe is going to send into my life that are actually going to like, I don't want to say provide what was missing, but it's a little like that. Sometimes when we don't have supportive certain family members, the universe grants us other individuals that are super supportive, super loving. And we're like, wow, this is like, I'm not really lacking for anything. It just came to me in a different package than what I had expected. This is definitely someone who's receiving a ton of abundance, but they're doing it because, like I say, they're answering the call. So they're giving to relationships that are important to them. Maybe they're going and, hey, I'm going to come over this weekend and, help my best friend do some serious yard project. Then after that, I'm going to call up Nana and Papa and say, I'm coming to visit. It's been too long since I came over for Sunday dinner. Then I get there and I hang out with them and I go see Auntie and Uncle, and it's really nice. And maybe there's even a conversation in here with like a really happy Auntie and Uncle who say, yeah, your mom had some problems. It might even put something into perspective for us about why one person maybe wasn't able to really give. And at the same time, and they're like, oh, and by the way, we invited so and so over because we wanted you to meet this person. And it's like, wow, wait a minute. This is the person I was supposed to meet. I wouldn't have met them had I not been on a bit of a journey to strengthen great connections. So I can see this in a lot of different ways, because there is some acknowledgement of either, in all of this positive energy, there is still an acknowledgement of one relationship, that either the relationship we had with ourselves or the relationship that we had with someone else, possibly a powerful feminine figure, that was kind of still kicking around up here, kind of tarnishing something. And it's being replaced by like an incredible gift, a person who's entering our lives, who is a giver, and they are a valuable person and they see us as valuable. This is a really nice, I really want to put emphasis on the fact that it's really nice because somebody is first taking steps to strengthen good connections in their life. And it's interesting because they're doing it because of a place of deficit. 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, but with the Knight of Cups for the energy flow. So basically, the way I'm seeing this, our lead character is a kind of a person who says, man, something's missing in my life. And, I really feel like I want to connect with people. I have, like, there's people in my life that I care about. And maybe I've been too much of an island lately. Maybe the thing that's kind of like bugging me in the back of my mind is I don't really feel part of a community right now, or I'm missing my family. And instead of me being like, oh, I'm alone and nobody cares about me, it's like, wait a second, why don't I make the effort? Why don't I go over to my friend's house and be like, hey, I know you guys have been busy moving. Can I come over and help? Or, hey, I let me come over and, give you some assistance. I know you guys are whatever, taking on major projects right now. I'll show up, next weekend. You didn't even know how good it feels to give until you see how happy people are to receive. Like, oh my God, thank God you came over today. Like, we didn't want to impose and ask of you, but we're so glad you're here. That feels so good. So I love the fact that our character is saying, I'm at a place where I feel a deficit, so I'm going to fill it by giving. I'm going to give my energy to people that matter to me. Instead of sitting around saying, universe, why do I feel alone? It's like, universe, I feel alone. Maybe I should go give something to somebody. I should give them my attention. I should let people who I'm missing know that I'm missing them. I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's like this character is so, like, they own it, right? They own it. And that starts to like totally like open the doors for like, wow, that felt fun. That felt exciting. I spent time with these great friends or family members. I gave them a hand. They enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I think I'm going to go see a few more other people that I care about. Or like I said, I'm going to go, a little further. I'm going to answer the call. I'm going to respond to people I should have responded to a long time ago, or I'm going to travel somewhere even to go see other friends a little further away. I feel compelled right now to broaden my connections with people, and this is for a reason, and we see the reason right here. It's because we keep filling up our cup. We keep feeling better and better the more we go and visit and spend time with people that matter. And then it actually brings us to that awareness of, wow, that's what I was feeling before. I felt a lack. I felt an absence of, like, I didn't really think I was that valuable, but I can see now that that was just my headspace. Or I understand now that I was kind of sad. I was hurting over someone who couldn't give to me. But you know what? I realize now it's okay. That made space for somebody else to come in. So let's talk just a little bit about that King of Coins here. This is probably going to be a short one because I feel like we're already seeing somebody who's like, they got stuff to do. They got fish to fry. They got to get out there and go start chit-chatting with friends, family, go hang out with the people that they care about. That's what they're, Temperance card in the reverse. This is very much about, wow, I didn't even realize how much I didn't expect someone to give back to me in the healthy way. Now that I'm receiving it, now that I've met somebody who's looking at me with those eyes, heck, I could even be uncomfortable going, oh my gosh, somebody is viewing me like I'm really amazing. I'm not used to feeling really amazing. This is new. This is uncharted territory. So we have a character who's just now realizing, oh my gosh, I've been feeling like an island. Now I go out and I start giving to others. Oh, this is so sweet. This is so sweet. This person is just now starting to receive caring, love, and emotion. And they're just now starting to realize, I haven't been used to getting it back in return. Maybe it's been a long time. Maybe all these little pieces of like feeling good, experiencing like, strengthening friendships and feeling how nice it is to hang out with people that care about me and I care about them. That keeps giving me those good feels, good vibes. But when it comes to a personal relationship, I'm just now possibly on the cusp of meeting somebody who wants to give to me. And that's the spot where I'm like, that's uncharted territory. But maybe that's exactly the thing that I've been, I've not been conditioned to receive that kind of emotional support before. Friends, yes. Family, yes. I've had that from different people in my life, and I'm really welcoming it in right now. But in the realm of like love and romance, I'm just realizing I'm almost uncomfortable with that. I haven't really had someone who had my back before, who wanted to give to me. Maybe I've never had somebody who's like, no, I'm taking you out for dinner, or no, I'm making you dinner. This is like new territory. Somebody's like really evaluating their own sense of discomfort with being able to receive from like a love match. This is kind of sweet just because as somebody identifies this a little bit better, I think it's getting easier and easier for them, easier and easier for them to acknowledge, yeah, I do want to receive that. Judgment card is reconciling with, in the past, maybe I didn't have what I really wanted from a lover because maybe I didn't expect enough. Maybe someone didn't have enough to give, but maybe I got conditioned to receive a lot less than what I was putting out. Maybe now I'm uncomfortable accepting what I'm worth, but I'm getting comfortable with that idea too. Judgment, it doesn't have to be about reconciling with someone. It's reconciling with something that is like I have knowledge about this now, and I can understand this. I can make peace with this. In fact, this feels good. This is a nice turnaround for somebody in the way they view their value. They know that they're valuable. They know they have good relationships with friends and family. They're developing that more, and then that is leading them to evaluating relationships that are like interpersonal, like one-on-one, possibly romantic ones. And they're coming to terms with the fact that maybe I'm just now ready to really receive an amazing partner. Maybe it's just now that I can see the area where I was uncomfortable because I didn't value myself highly enough. I'm ready to value myself highly enough. I'm ready to receive someone's like full on attention and like really bask in it and not immediately be like, oh no, I'm supposed to give them 10 times the amount of what they're giving me. I shouldn't expect someone just simply wants to give me something because they care about me. That's a new like twist for this person. This is really nice. I love the fact that they're reconciling with this beautiful side of life, the receiving, particularly in matters of the heart, matters of love, emotional support. Nine of Wands, I'm not going to battle this anymore. Maybe without realizing it, I kept thinking love was always going to be battlefield. Everything was always going to be like every time there was a romance that popped up, I'm sure something's going to go wrong. I'm sure I'm going to have to keep devoting myself and not expect much in return. And then it's going to fall flat on its face and I'm going to be single all over again. Somebody is totally breaking that narrative. This is so awesome. This is so awesome. I love the fact that, I mean, the way I would say this is it's just that someone's journey has taken them outside of that headspace. And I still say, I still argue that it's because someone decided, you know what? I'm done being an island. Maybe I've been alone a little too much lately. Maybe I should go out and see some friends. Maybe I should help some other people. Maybe I should develop some relationships that I haven't talked to in a while because I've been kind of feeling lonely. Maybe I have a lot more to give than what I thought, and I'm more cared about than what I remember. So yeah, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna give some energy, and that just keeps it's like it's a snowball that just keeps building. It's like, oh my gosh, everything's getting better because I took those first steps, those initiative steps to, connect with people that I care about, and then what I get back keeps changing my perspective to the point where then when I meet somebody who's like interested in me, I'm able to evaluate and be like, oh my gosh, I never allowed myself to receive until now. This is nice. This is like we got to practice giving and receiving so that it feels comfortable. Even like some people have a really hard time accepting a compliment. They might be great at giving them, but you got to get good at receiving them too, because otherwise you block the flow of like, the give and take of good energy. Some people are great at giving gifts, but they won't let anybody give to them in return. And it's like, you have to accept something from someone else because that's how they want to show you that you matter to them as well. But if you're awkward about it, then it's like somebody goes, okay, I guess I'm not supposed to give to you. Or the vibe you put off is like, I need nothing from anybody, but I can give to you. And then you're going to keep attracting people who go, sweet, you're going to give to me. Yum, yum, yum. Keep feeding me. And of course, I'm not going to offer you anything. It didn't cross my mind because the energy you put out there is don't give me anything. I don't want it. When in fact, it's like the healthy relationships that are like how do I say this? Where it's just like a comfort zone. I think that's why friends and family are so like different because yes, they're reciprocal relationships, but we almost come with a comfort of expectation, right? Or hopefully we have that comfort with some people. Like let's put it in this context. My mom's here visiting right now. Like I totally expect that, I'm cooking dinner. I'm like, Mom, get in here. I don't know if these noodles are done. Mom, get in here. You got to season this up. I don't know if this tastes good. And like, I totally like, I just rely on her to tell me what does she think. And it's like, oh, what'd you put in here? I don't know. I think I messed it up. But like, there's no sense of concern or worry. It's not like we have this ease of like razzing each other and, working together. And it's not about like, if I don't make a good enough dinner, she's not going to like it. And then I'm going to feel bad. Like, are you kidding? We'll together laugh about it and throw it in the garbage and start fresh. Like that's the comfort zone of easy reciprocation of sincere, like, hey, I need your help in here because I think I blew this. Can you fix it? And I don't feel less than. I don't worry about it. Whereas if we're like in a love relationship, sometimes it can be tempting to be like, oh my gosh, I hope this dinner turns out great. If it turns out like a flop, I'll feel so bad because I wanted to impress this person. You know what I mean? It's like when we're around more people where we laugh about the things we do well, the things we don't do well. We have that easy reciprocation of flow, of good vibes. When we keep investing in those kinds of relationships, it keeps building a sense of self-worth maybe. And whoever this lead character is, I'm just trying to use that simple example as something to explain like the comfort zone of family relationships or close friends or whomever we feel at ease with, right? That builds confidence in just being our authentic selves, good, bad, ugly. There's no high expectations. There's no low expectations. It's just a reciprocal flow of like, hey, we're comfortable together. We're valuable people and we know that about each other and we enjoy each other's company. when we invest more in those kinds of relationships, I almost feel like that's what our lead character is like getting back to. And it's interesting because that's shifting their perspective into a state of higher confidence so that they can translate into really healthy romantic connections. And it's like it's flipping on the light bulb. But I love the fact that our lead character already decided, you know what? I'm feeling kind of low or feeling kind of lonely. I want to go spend some time and energy with people I care about where it's just that easy reciprocal relationship. Those are important connections. Let me devote some of my energy to the people that are non-romantic that just matter in my life. And it's interesting because that's just the right like action for them to take that actually becomes this healthy platform for them to have a really great relationship a little down the road. So I don't know if that makes sense. As always, guys, I'm not a psychic. I don't tell you anything about your life or how you should live. I don't give people life advice. I just read a fictional story. But I like that because I could definitely identify with some of those traits, about like comfortable relationships and the difference between when there's stress versus not stress in romances versus, friendships and stuff like that, where there's just a comfort zone. And I think that was a good message. I feel like that was a message that made sense for me as a storyteller. So anyway, let me know what you guys thought of this one. If you enjoyed it, if you would have seen the characters differently, totally cool. I'm always open to you guys like weighing in on what do you think of the characters, but just remember they are fictional characters, fictional stories. So don't ever take anything personal. I'm not sassing you. I'm not telling you how to live. I support you whoever you are, wherever you are, however you are. Take care. Bye, guys.